the Patriots are going to be better than the Steelers this year. Are they going to be the 12th best team? I don't know, but I think they will be better than the Steelers for a few reasons. Reason number one, the Patriots have the second easiest schedule, second to the 49ers. The Steelers have the 9th toughest schedule. So just that alone, be like, oh, second easiest, 9th toughest. Games against the Ravens, no games against the Ravens. Quarterbacks, the legend versus the Drake Maye, who people do say has a mythical reputation. It's not really a matchup. One is just kind of like smoke and mirrors. The other guy's got 4 MVPs. Well, let's look at how they did by the numbers. Completion percentage, Drake Maye completed more passes. Passing total yards, because Drake Maye is out here looking like Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick, 242 to 235. Yards per pass went to Drake Maye. Touchdowns, hey, the guy's a rookie, 17, 16 turnovers. And Aaron Rodgers, 28 and 13. Passer rating, right there. Right, both around 90. If you had to bet your life that one guy will improve and one guy will slide, which guy are you taking?
Yeah, it takes a lot of the pressure off of him. Not completely, because he's still the quarterback and he has to make decisions and throws and run an offense, but it's very similar to what Stefon Diggs did for Josh Allen. Early in Josh Allen's career, we saw the talent. It was kind of unseasoned. It was, not fully developed or shaped. And when Diggs got there, it took pressure off him to say, okay, worst come to worst, 50-50 chance of just one-on-one against that guy. Now, the question is, where is Stefon Diggs in his career? The clips that I've seen, him doing one-on-ones, him in camp, look to be the same Stefon Diggs. And for a Drake Maye, it does relieve some of that stress and pressure when he's running the offense to say, if it's one-on-one, I trust Diggs against this guy. And in that version of it, it allows him to say, pull this in case of emergency, relieve some of that pressure.
Boogie, if I told you the one thing that teams need to do to help their quarterback, what would I say?
Run the ball. Or you might say run the
period.
Dang ball.
Damn ball.
Thank you.
Listen, this is first of all, this is Mike Vrabel, okay, who spent a lot of time having a lot of success with Derrick Henry in the backfield. This is the same guy. The same team that drafted who I think is going to be a phenomenal running back in splitting time in the backfield, the back from Ohio State, who he mentioned. And you have to think with a second-year quarterback, Josh McDaniels, reestablishing the quote-unquote Patriot way, maybe not how they go about business, but how they play football, that Drake Maye's best friend is going to be able to turn the ball, turn around and hand the football off. And I know it's boring because people always say swag is boring when you want to just run. No, it's not about that. It's about a comfort level. And when you look at this team and you think about their defensive-minded head coach who came from an era where they don't get enough credit for how good they were when they were winning Super Bowls with the New England Patriots, I think it's going to have a great understanding with Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, to make sure that that's a big part of Drake Maye's progression. And then when those opportunities present itself for him to push it down the field, one of the things people talked about when he was coming out of North Carolina, his athletic ability, maybe some quarterback run, maybe some RPO, maybe some zone read. That is how you progress this young quarterback. But I think with Vrabel's mentality, along with Josh McDaniel and what they want to establish at the line of scrimmage, they're going to run the damn football.
The New England Patriots have been wandering in the wilderness for far too long. 3 straight losing seasons. Back-to-back, 4-13 records. The glory of the Tom Brady-Bill Belichick era. A distant memory, fading like an old photograph. But in 2025, the Patriots are ready to rise from the ashes. With second-year quarterback Drake Maye and elite wideout Stefon Diggs leading the charge, this team is no longer the punchline of the AFC East. They're a threat, a storm brewing in Foxborough. According to NFL insiders, Maye's raw talent and Diggs' veteran savvy could propel New England to a shocking 11-6 record this season. Are we witnessing the rebirth of a dynasty? Or is this just another false hope for a fan base starved for success? Let's dive into the fire that's fueling this Patriots resurgence. But what makes this team so dangerous? It all starts with a quarterback who's turning heads and rewriting the narrative. Let's break down why Drake Maye is the spark New England's been waiting for. Drake Maye isn't just a quarterback, he's a phenomenon. Drafted 3rd overall in 2024, this North Carolina star was thrown into the fire as a rookie, facing a battered offensive line and a receiving corps that ranked a pathetic 28th in the NFL with just 1 723 yards. Yet, Maye delivered 2,270, 6 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and a 90.0 passer rating in just 13 games. Compare that to Aaron Rodgers, the Jets' aging legend, who posted 28 touchdowns but needed 17 games to do it. Maye's 17 touchdowns as a rookie, 16 turnovers included, showed flashes of brilliance, but also the rawness of youth. NFL coaches are buzzing. He can ascend pretty quick, one offensive coordinator told The Athletic. Why? Because Maye is not just a pocket passer, he's Randall Cunningham. He's Michael Vick. His athleticism screams chaos for defenses, with 2024 tape showing him evading sacks and turning broken plays into first downs. But here's the kicker. 14 turnover. Worthy plays in 10 starts last year. Sloppy footwork. Misreads. 4 picks in 1 OTA session. The doubters are loud, saying Maye's a bust waiting to happen. But with Josh McDaniels calling plays and a revamped roster, 2025 could be the year Maye silences the haters and becomes the AFC East's biggest nightmare. Maye's potential is sky high, but even a phenom needs weapons. Enter Stefon Diggs, the game changer who's already turning Maye into a believer. Let's talk about this explosive duo. Stefon Diggs didn't come to New England to babysit. He came to dominate. Signed to a 3-year, $63, $5 million deal. This 4-time Pro Bowler is recovering from a torn ACL, but already looks like the Diggs, who torched defenses for 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons. In a private throwing session in North Carolina, Diggs didn't hold back, barking at Maye, "Put that mustard on it." That's not just advice. It's a demand for greatness. Diggs knows what it takes to elevate a young QB. Just ask Josh Allen, who called Diggs a security blanket for Maye. In Buffalo, Diggs turned Allen from raw talent to MVP candidate. Now, he's doing the same for Maye, building chemistry in joint practices and OTAs. Patriots receivers were a disaster last year. 161 catches, 10 touchdowns, dead last in yards. Diggs alone had 47 receptions for 496 yards in 8 games before his injury. If he's 80% of his former self, he's still New England's best receiver since Julian Edelman. But here's the controversy. Some say Diggs, at 32, is washed, a risky bet coming off injury. Others see him as the missing piece to unlock Maye's potential. Who's right? One thing's clear. When Diggs and Maye connect, defenses will tremble. Diggs gives Maye a lifeline, but the Patriots' offense isn't just about passing. Let's talk about the ground game that's about to make defenses beg for mercy. If you want to help a young quarterback, you run the damn ball. Mike Vrabel knows this better than anyone. The man who built an empire with Derrick Henry in Tennessee is bringing that smashmouth mentality to Foxborough. Enter Trevion Henderson, the Patriots' second-round pick from Ohio State, who's already turning heads with an 18-yard burst and a 100-yard kickoff return in the preseason. Last year, Ramondre Stevenson carried the load with 801 yards and 7 touchdowns. But Henderson's explosive speed, 1,041 yards, and 10 TDs at Ohio State adds a new dimension. Patriots insider Phil Perry calls him the most talented back on the roster. A matchup nightmare for linebackers and safeties. With Josh McDaniels' scheming and Vrabel's run-first philosophy, this two-headed monster could dominate time of possession, keeping Maye out of third and long disaster. But here's the hot take. Some say Henderson's a luxury pick for a team with bigger needs. Is he the key to unlocking the offense, or a distraction from fixing the O-line? One thing's certain. When Henderson breaks free, defenses will feel the pain. A lethal ground game sets the stage. But can the Patriots' defense hold up? Let's see why Vrabel's unit could be the X-factor in the AFC East. The Patriots' offense is scary, but their defense, it's a brick wall ready to crush dreams. Mike Vrabel, the defensive mastermind who won NFL Coach of the Year in 2021, has loaded up with free agents like Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Robert Spillane, and Carlton Davis. Add third-year star Christian Gonzalez and rookie DB Craig Woodson, who nearly picked off Maye in the preseason, and this unit is built to dominate. Last year, New England's roster was one of the least talented in the NFL, but 2025's $360 million free agency spree changed that. Now, they face the second easiest schedule in the league. with 11 of 17 opponents under 500-inch 2024. Compare that to the Steelers' ninth toughest schedule, including 2 brutal games against the Ravens. The Patriots could double their win total to 8 or 9, maybe even hit 11-6 like the 2021 Eagles after a 4-win season. But here's the challenge. Vrabel was livid after a sloppy practice against the Vikings, with sacks and penalties piling up. Can this defense gel in time to make New England a playoff contender? Or will they crumble under the weight of expectations? The pieces are in place, but can the Patriots truly outshine the Steelers and shock the AFC East? Let's wrap this up with a bold prediction. Let's settle the debate. Are the Patriots better than the Steelers in 2025? On one side, you've got Pittsburgh's grizzled veteran, Russell Wilson, with 4 MVPs but a fading star at 37. On the other, Drake Maye, the second-year sensation with a chip on his shoulder, and Stefon Diggs as his secret weapon. The Patriots' second easiest schedule gives them a clear edge over Pittsburgh's ninth toughest, which includes 2 Ravens matchups, New England's revamped roster, explosive run game, and Vrabel's defensive grit make them a dark horse for 9-8 or even 11-6. The Steelers, they're banking on Wilson's experience, but their lackluster weapons and tougher road could cap them at 8-9. Here's the hot take. The Patriots will finish ahead of the Steelers in the AFC standings, and Drake Maye will outshine Wilson in head-to-head stats. You heard it here first. New England is back, and the AFC East better watch out. Drop your predictions in the comments. Are the Patriots the real deal, or are we hyping a house of cards? The Patriots are rising, but the journey's just begun. Stick around for more NFL drama, and let's see if New England can reclaim their throne. The New England Patriots are no longer the NFL's forgotten team. With Drake Maye, Stefon Diggs, and Mike Vrabel leading the charge, they're ready to shock the AFC East and beyond. Will they soar to the playoffs or crash under the pressure? Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and join the conversation in the comments. Who's the biggest threat in the AFC East? Let's keep the fire burning, Patriots Nation.